Envision that midnight vengeance. A Ukrainian ATACMS missile streaks through the black, 300 kilometers from launch, slamming into Engels airfields hot. A Russian Su-34 bomber erupts in flames, its crew's dreams of home cut short by the blast that shakes the Siberian snow. This isn't random rage, it's revenge for hundreds of Ukrainian cities scarred by those same wings, a calculated strike exposing Russia's greatest flaw, an air force that's all raw, no reach. 100-plus bombers lost since 2022, per RUSI Nov 2025. Friends, in 2025's aerial arms race, Ukraine's long-range hits on-type payback. They're the blueprint for victory, turning Putin's skies from sanctuary to slaughterhouse. Stick for 8 minutes. The revenge raids, Russia's rusty wings, Ukraine's F-16 flip, and the bold path to blue skies. Feel the thunder? You'll taste the triumph. Quick pulse, revenge right or risky escalation? What hits you harder? Let's dive. November 2024's shadow into 2025's storm, Ukraine's revenge raids rewrite the rules. ATACMS and storm shadows raining on airfields like Engels, Olenya, Belaya. Deep in Russia, 1,000 kilometers from front, crippling Su-34, Tu-95 bombers that terrorized Kiev. ISW Nov 2025, 20-plus strikes since October, 15-plus aircraft destroyed, 2B-plus damage, forcing Russia to disperse fleets to Siberia's freeze. Why now? Ukraine's arsenal, 100-plus ATACMS from US, UK storm shadows, reaches 300 kilometers, outpacing Russia's S-400 gaps, exposing logistics lines stretched thin. Emotional core, that Su-34 pilot, 28-year-old dad from Siberia, last call home, miss you, now ash, mirroring Ukraine's 10,000-plus civilian losses from those raids. Retaliation's rhythm. Each hit diverts Russian sorties 30%, easing Donetsk pressure, per BBC Nov 2025 embeds. Not blind bombs, precision payback, drone spotting, satellites guiding, turning airfields to no-fly nightmares. Russia's riposte? Iskander barrages, but Ukraine's Patriot nets 80% intercepts, flipping fear. This sting? Strategy spine. Air denial denies victory. If you are launching that ATACMS, what targets your top revenge? Think. Raids ramp up next. Russia's Air Force, Putin's pride, 4,000-plus planes, once sky sovereigns, now rusty wings in 2025 storm, exposed by Ukraine's reach. RUSI Nov 2025, 100-plus fixed-wing losses, 50-plus Su-34s alone, 5B fleet hit, pilots 40% short from crashes, sanctions, starving spares. Flaws core? Bases too close, Engels 600 kilometers from front. S-400 bubbles burst by low-altitude strikes. 222M bombers grounded for lack of tires. BBC Nov 2025. Russia's air power grounded by its own ground game. Pilots, sons of the steppe, training in T-95s built in 1950s, last flights over Kharkiv ending in fireballs, families silenced by state vows of heroes. Ukraine's edge? Strikes force dispersal. 200-kilometer shifts cost 20% sortie rate per RUSI Nov 2025, turning bombers to barn ornaments. Counter? Russia's Lancet drones, but Ukraine's F-16s, 48 incoming, will outfight. This flaw? Flop of overreach. Air supremacy slips, ground gains grind to halt. Russia's rusty roar or Ukraine's rising reply? Which worries you more? Ponder. Shift ahead. Ukraine's flip. F-16s, 48 from Netherlands and Denmark, pilots trained in Arizona, arrive 2025. Turning skies from siege to shield. Per Jane's Nov 2025, 4.5 Gen fighters with AM-120s outrange Su-30s, 80% kill rate in sims, integrated with Patriot for no-fly bubbles over Kharkiv. Blueprint? Air denial, strikes on fields plus F-16 patrols slash Russian sorties 50%, easing ground meat grinder. Per ISW Nov 2025. Emotional surge. Pilots like 25-year-old Oksana, first woman F-16 jockey, vowing, "For my bombed-out Kyiv school." Families cheering first flights, hopes horizon. Victory path? Economic choke. Strikes hit oil, Uslubel 20% cut, GDP minus 8%. NATO bridge, Swedish Gripens next.
Asymmetric ace, Bayraktars plus F-16s hybrid. Bold blueprint. By mid-2026, air parity forces talks, Russia bleeds 2 mil losses. Flop to flip, Ukraine's skies or Russia's sigh. Feel the lift? Blueprint builds next. Brothers of the blue skies, Ukraine's revenge raids aren't rage, they're the roar of reckoning, exposing Russia's air ache and paving the path to parity, where each strike sings of skies reclaimed for children to chase clouds, not bombs. Honor the fallen flyers and the fighters who fly on. Let this thunder tune terror to triumph, a vow that vengeance veils victory's dawn. If it lifted your lift, the raid's roar, the blueprint's bold breath, like to launch the light, share to soar the story. Subscribe for unfiltered skies from the storm. Next, F-16 first strikes, Russia's air agony. Your skies shift or sigh, raid right or risky. Poll, 1 for parity by 2026 or 2 for endless escalation. Drop it, your voice voxes the victory. Till the thunder turns to truce, stay skyward, stay strong. Fade to fighters free under endless blue.